What's up, everyone? This is Greg from SDNA. And sitting here fiddling around, I was thinking about making a rig pack. And I got to thinking, a problem that a lot of people have is getting used to the sound of a modeler and not having that amp in the room. So, one of the biggest variables as to why you cannot get that amp in the room sound with any IR or cab sim is because they are most of the time captured or tuned to the voice of a microphone. That's right. Every microphone has its own voice and affects the sound. The 57 is going to be brighter, and Audix i5 is going to be brighter than a 57, if you can imagine that. The 121 is going to be dark, so on and so on, right? The 906 will have high mids to highs. So I got to thinking about it. You know, we listen to people like Vi, Satch, Hendrix, all the greats, SRV, and we've never actually heard their amps. We have heard their amps through microphones, but we have never actually heard their amps. So who knows what they originally sounded like before all the studio trickery, right? Now, if you're used to sitting in a room and you're having cranked up greenbacks, I'm going to use this for an example because it's great. It's my favorite speaker. I've got a few of them back here in various cabs. But if you've never heard their amp in a room, then how do you know what they truly sound like and what wasn't production? Okay. So you've got your favorite cab that you play with and you're like, man, no matter what IR I use, I cannot get this sound. I cannot get it. I cannot get the feeling. Well, any speaker out there, if you look hard enough on the internets, on the Googles, you're going to pull up a frequency response for that speaker. And it's going to be, waveform, ebbs and flows and all this good stuff. And I got to thinking to myself, what if I pulled up the frequency response of a greenback, put it after a greenback IR to bring in those frequencies that are lost through miking, and put it in a rig? And the results are pretty cool, and I'm going to share them with you right now to give you an idea what I'm talking about so you can use them in your own builds. So one of the cool things about a greenback is it's 25, it's low wattage. You crank it, and it's going to break up early. That's part of the signature sound. So what I've done before, you've seen me do this on rig builds before, is I'll put a white boost in, and I've got the gain at 12 just for a little bit of breakup distortion, treble at 50, bass at 39, because I'm using a pretty woofy amp. What I'm using here is from the Prime, it's the Bluesmaker. And I'm running a green JRC before it just to tighten things up. So with just the compressor that I'm using to emulate amp sag, the reverb, and the IR, this is what it sounds like. With the green JRC, now the IR that I'm using is of course one of mine. It's a Greenback Gen 4 57 906 cap edge full body. I should have called these full range, but I call them full body. So the high cut is at 7504, low cut is at 75 hertz. Now look what I've done to my Para EQ. I'm going to show up here above my head the frequency response from a G12M25 greenback. All right, this is what the speaker sounds like before any kind of mic is on it. It puts out this response. Now look in my Para EQ block. Look familiar? What I did was I did the best that I could to replicate those ebbs and flows in the frequency here. And, the peak at 2507, I've got a cut here that you can see up there around 1587. And then I'm bringing up, centered at 344.5 hertz, that hump. And this is pretty close to what the greenback is. So when putting this curve after a greenback IR, now this is the point where you should be listening on headphones or good monitors so you can hear this. Now Now let's throw in that boost for the breakup. It's without the EQ. You can hear the note separation even. Now you could use your IR to fine tune down your high cut. Let's say you want to go down around 5,000. So there you go. Just a quick tip for you. I'm finding this is working really well. So your favorite speaker, find the EQ curve, the frequency response, try to dial it into a paired EQ and put it with your IR to correct what's taken away by the mics. Anyway, gotta go. Y'all have a good one. Hope this helps. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, if it works for you, if you think it's a dumb idea. Personally, for me, it's working great. All right, I'll see you around. Y'all have a good one.